We often get asked questions like, did you have a good time at the party? How was your time working with XYZ company? How were your holidays? How were your college days? What is the relevance of these questions? Say, for example, there is an event attended by 50 different people. The environment for all of them remains the same. But if you ask them the question, did you have a good time? You are going to get 50 different answers. That is the beauty of time. At the two ends of the spectrum, you have the good time, the bad time, and in between, there are a lot of different times. You have times of betrayal, times of hopelessness, times of being intimidated, times of being submissive, times of being inspired, of being rebellious, of being courageous. The sum of all these times makes who you are. Then again, time is a lot of things that people say God is. There is the pre existing and having no end. There is the notion of being all powerful because nothing can stand against time, not mountains, not armies. Give anything enough time and everything is taken care of. All pain encompassed, all hardships erased, all loss subsumed. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Remember, man, thou art dust, and unto dust thou shalt return. How many times have we put our fears, our hopes into the hands of a being we can't see, can't hear, can't even feel? And how many times have our prayers been answered? Welcome to episode 4 of the Good Life series on our YouTube channel Jessy on Globe. We once again bring to you a bunch of amazing regular people who are here to share their thoughts and experiences on a good life. Let's take a look.
My name is Anand Jacob, and here are a few thoughts on what constitutes a good life for Jessy's channel. It's a very interesting question. For me, the answer is two-part. The first part is that you should live in harmony with your conscience, and the second part is that you should use every opportunity to express yourself creatively. For the first part, it's always been very important to me not to cause suffering to animals, because I love animals of all kinds and shapes. And 5 years ago, I switched from being a very enthusiastic, lifelong meat eater to being a vegetarian, because it became very obvious to me what my dietary choice meant in terms of animal suffering. Also, I've always been fond of wildlife, so I became associated with a non-profit organization that rescues wildlife. They're based in Bangalore, called WRRC, for Wildlife Rescue and Rehabilitation Center of Bangalore. Although I don't live in Bangalore anymore, I still associate with them. I attend their meetings, I provide feedback, give my input, etc. However I can help. And in terms of the second point, that is creative expression, I've always been a sketch artist ever since I was very young. These days I still do it, though my sketches tend to be digital. I use a digital tablet. And for the past 2 or 3 years I've also been doing creative writing. So I write poetry, I write short stories, and a lot of those things go up on a blog, and very often they're accompanied by my digital sketches. Interestingly, a lot of my work, my creative work, poems, short stories, etc., are about the environment, or they feature animals, or they are about animals, or birds, or sometimes being in the forest, etc. So what's happened is both things that are critically important for a good life to me have come together in my creative work, even though I never planned it that way.
Hello all viewers, myself Sheetal Salunke, a simple religious housewife of a gentleman who is leader in a pharma company, and I am also a mother of 2 twinkling daughters and a pet cat. I have been invited by my friend Jessy on her YouTube channel Jessy on Globe to share my thoughts on good life. Thank you Jessy for involving me in this nice act. As a graduate in pharmacy, I worked for about 5 years in a pharma, and then after that I left my job. I could not have imagined my daughters without their mother around them when in need. So I left my job and I am enjoying my motherhood. With their multiplying smiles, our wealth also multiplied. Every moment of my daughter's childhood I have kept preserved in my heart, and remembering those little moments, I feel immense happiness. I think for a good life, the first important thing is your companion should be a good spouse. A good spouse means physically fit, psychologically strong, morally and ethically wise, with sound knowledge, and in the social, with good social relations. I believe relationships make our life beautiful and happy. So we can have less number but good quality relationships to lead a stress-free and peaceful life. By God's grace, starting from birth, many of us get good relations, good family, good environment, good and overall good lifestyle by which we feel comfortable in our life. Disputes, denials, discrepancies in life, discrepancies in life, and some little unexpected incidences make our life uncomfortable. And I think these disturbances in our life we can tackle very well to our best way by using our wisdom of soul. Wisdom of soul we can gain through teachings of God, and thus when we do every act and if we create every thought to please our God, a life will be good. Feeling of abundant blessings and gratefulness to God is soothing to our heart. Praying Him builds faith in us. So whenever I think of my job or when I think of my career, I feel someone who is the only supporter of his family is earning at my place, and I feel content in that. So my dear friends, to play life is a game with exciting prizes at different levels, and we can win it by doing good to all around us, good to nature, good to plants, good to people, and good luck all of you for your good life.
Greetings to the viewers of this channel, Jessy on the Globe. At the outset, I thank Mrs. Jessy for inviting me to share my views on this channel. I look at life quite simplistically. My view is, as we've been taught long back, life evolved on this planet and a lot of living organisms came around: trees, plants, grass, animals, fishes, birds, and we had the human being on this planet. And this human being discovered that it is surrounded in an environment where it cannot live in water, it cannot survive for long in water, it cannot be in the air, it has to be on the land. And what is it surrounded with? It is surrounded with various animals. Well, most of them have much better eyesight, have better sense of smell, better sense of taste. They are more sensitive to their surroundings, which is very important for both survival and for being able to hunt other animals for food. or for safety. Human beings also discovered that all other animals around walk on 4 feet, whereas they have only 2 feet to walk. It may be a big disadvantage because when it goes to hunt, most of the prey runs away, and when it tries to save itself from other hunters, it's a big disadvantage because they're much faster, much more agile. So this human being could either live in fear and decide let fear run its life, or it could choose to decide to live beyond the fear, live beyond the uncertainty, live beyond whatever is holding it back. That's a choice that every person needs to make every time. Now, the choices you let fear rule, or the choices you rule over your fears. It's as simple as that. We've come a long way from those jungles, but even today we need to make our choices. We need to ensure that we win over the fear. Do think about my thoughts, and thank you for listening to me. Thank you, Jessy ji, for inviting me to this channel to share my views. God bless you all and your near and dear ones. Thanks again. Thank you.
Hello everyone, hope everyone are safe and healthy. So firstly I would like to thank Jessy on Globe YouTube channel and specifically Jessy for inviting me to share my thoughts about good life. So let me start by introducing myself. So I am Priyadashini. I am a positive thinker to begin with, and I am a biotechnologist by education, and trained myself to be a project manager and then a program manager. Now I am enjoying my sabbatical, so enjoying my leisure time. I am a creative artist, theatre artist, singer and Reiki healer. So if I have to talk about good life, there are a couple of thoughts that come to my mind. First thing is health and fitness, although I don't look that way, but I have started practicing regularly exercises and started to eat healthy stuff. There is a selfish motive behind that. See, I am a foodie, and I definitely want to eat all the vegetarian stuff. I am a vegetarian, so all the vegetarian stuff throughout my life. I don't want to end up cutting off on certain things which I really love. So if I keep myself healthy and fit at this age, then definitely I will be able to eat whatever I want till the end of my life. So this can be part of a good life. And talking about mental health, I think first thing is communicating, being frank and being open. At least you can find a couple of people with whom you can share your thoughts and you can be yourself, so that you don't burden up your mind with all the thoughts, negative thoughts or positive, whatever kind of thoughts. So that reduces a lot of stress. You cannot lead a stress-free life, that is for sure. At least you can lead a less stressed life. So that would really help. And talking about good life, and especially one major thing which I really follow is talking to self. So that when you talk to yourself, it definitely makes sure that you know what you're doing, how your behavior works, and where you can correct yourself and live for yourself, not live for what other things or anything. So live for yourself. I would like to end this talk by stating a quote: love yourself, then everything will fall in line. Thank you. Stay safe and healthy. See ya.
As a child, I used to stare at spider webs, watching and waiting for an insect to get caught. While a part of me was horrified watching the death throes, I was mesmerized by the way the tiniest vibration in the web would signal the spider that her prey was near. I wonder, is time God's eternal web? Silk strands stretching through time, the mildest touch setting off vibrations through the eons that echo through the eons. Or is God the spider embracing us through our death and resurrection? Or is he simply the spinner of web, watching as the silk shimmers and vibrates through the cosmos, awakening the real spider, those lurking deep within the recesses of our own nature? God the infinite, God the merciful, God the eternal. One day I will stand before God and I will receive answers to all my questions about everything in this universe, and I do have many questions. Hope the thoughts expressed by our speakers in this episode resonated with you at some level. Keep watching our channel. Until then, you have a good life.